Hello and welcome back. So in the last few lectures, we learned about document and query middleware of Mongoose in great detail. Now let's learn about aggregation middleware. And as you can guess, aggregation middleware allows us to run functions before and after an aggregation happens. In order to understand aggregation middleware, let's go to VS Code and let's try to understand it with an example. So in our Express application, we have created some endpoints where we are using aggregation. So if I take an example of this get hotels by city, inside this, we are using aggregation pipeline. So if we want to execute some logic before the aggregation happens or after an aggregation has happened, we can use aggregation middleware. Now currently, if I go ahead and if I make a request to this get hotels by city endpoint, let's go to Postman and let's go to get hotels by city endpoint. And if I make a request to this endpoint, you will see that it has returned us all the documents and it also includes the deleted documents. Now, how can I say it also includes the deleted hotel documents? Because if you sum up the count of each of these documents, it will result into 38. And to prove that, what I'm going to do is currently we are grouping by city. For now, let me go ahead and let me group it by null. If I save the changes, let's go back to Postman. And if I send the request, you will notice that the count is 38. That means the aggregation pipeline is working on all the 38 documents. But what I want is, I want the aggregation pipeline to work only on the non-deleted hotel documents, only on those documents where the is deleted is false. And to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to make use of pre-aggregation middleware. So let me go to hotel.js and now I'm going to create a pre-aggregation middleware. Just like query middleware and document middleware, to create a pre-aggregation middleware on the hotel schema, we can call pre-method, and aggregation middleware operates on a single aggregate operation. So here we need to pass aggregate, and when we pass aggregate, that means here we are creating an aggregation middleware. Now here let's pass a function, and inside this function, when I log this variable, so for that let's use console.log statement. Inside an aggregation middleware, this variable points to the aggregation object. And to show you that, let's go ahead and let's again make a request to this endpoint inside which we are using aggregation pipeline. So the aggregation middleware will be called before the aggregation happens. Inside this endpoint, we are doing some aggregation. So before that, this function will be called. And when this function will be called, it is going to log the value of this variable. So let's make a request here. We have received the, okay, here we have an error. That's because to this function, we need to specify the next parameter and then we can call it. Let's save the changes now. Let's go back to Postman again. Let's make the request. And this time we have the aggregated result. Again, currently the aggregation is working on 38 documents. And if I go to the terminal, there you will see that an object is logged. Basically, an aggregate object is logged. And in that aggregate object, first of all, we have this pipeline property, this underscore pipeline property, which contains an array. And inside that array, you can see all the stages which we have used in that aggregation. Okay, then we have the model property, and this model property stores the model on which we are performing that aggregation. And then we have this options object. Since we have not used any options while aggregation, it is empty object. Now, if you want to get this aggregation pipeline on this variable, you can call a method called pipeline. Okay, now if I save the changes, if we go to Postman and let's make a request to this endpoint where we are doing aggregation. And now if I go to the terminal, now you will see that an array has been logged. Okay, and this array contains all the stages of the aggregation pipeline which we have used inside that aggregation. Now here what I want is, before we perform all these aggregations, before that I want to first filter all the documents where the hotel is not deleted. where the is deleted property of the hotel is false. So for that, what I can do is in here before grouping, I can go ahead and I can use dollar match operator. I mean dollar match aggregation stage. And there I can say is deleted false. So basically here I'm telling filter all the documents where the is deleted is false, and then on the result, on the non-deleted hotel documents, perform all these aggregations. Now here I'm only doing it for this aggregation pipeline which we are using inside this get hotels by city, but we might also want to do the same thing for get featured hotels, because if a hotel is deleted and if it is a featured hotel, we don't want to show it to the user. We don't want to show a deleted hotel as the featured hotel to the user. So I might need to do that in this aggregation pipeline also, and similarly in this get hotels by type. There also, I might want to exclude those hotels in the result which is deleted. So I will have to add this stage as the first stage for all these aggregations. But instead of doing it like that, what I can do is I can make use of pre-hook aggregation middleware. And to do that, what we are going to do is, let me save this file here. So here, this dot pipeline, it is going to return us the aggregation pipeline. In that pipeline, I am going to insert the match stage as the first element. So for that, what I can do is here I can say this dot pipeline. This is going to return us the aggregation pipeline. On that, I'm going to use unshift method. Unshift is a JavaScript method, and this unshift method is going to add a new element in the start of an array. We know that this dot pipeline is going to return us an array. In that array, we will have all the aggregation stages. So as the first element of that stage, I want to insert this pipeline, this match stage. And then all other stages should execute on the result of this match stage. So now if I log this dot pipeline, let's see what happens. So again, let's make a request here. And now you will see that in the result, we have only 33 documents. So now the aggregation is working only on 33 documents. And if I go back to the terminal and there, if we have a look at the aggregation pipeline, you will see that the match stage has been added as the first stage. So what this stage will do is, first it is going to filter all the non-deleted hotels, and then rest of the aggregation will happen on those non-deleted hotels. So now you can see in the aggregation, now the aggregation is happening only on these 33 documents, the non-deleted 33 documents. And same is true for other endpoints also where we are doing the aggregation. So this get featured hotels also, it will work only on non-deleted hotel documents. If I send the request, we have received the response. And if I go back to terminal, for that also you will see that the aggregation pipeline has been logged, and there the first stage is the match stage, which is filtering all the documents where is deleted is false. And if I also make a request to get hotels by type, there also we have got the result. And if I go to the terminal, there also you will see when the pipeline has been logged, there the first stage is the match stage where we are filtering all the documents where the documents is deleted property is false. So now this stage will be added before performing any aggregation on the hotel documents. Okay, so now I'm just going to remove this console.log statement from here, and this is what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to first filter all the documents where is deleted is false, and then we wanted to perform the aggregation on the resulting documents. So now this stage will be added before all the aggregations. And this is one use case where we can use pre-aggregation middleware. Now, I cannot think of any use case where I can show you the use of post-aggregation middleware, but still I want to show you how we can work with post-aggregation middleware. So on the hotel schema, if I want to create a post aggregation middleware, we will call the post method. There we will specify the operation as aggregate. Okay. And the function which will be executed for that aggregation, basically this function will be executed after the aggregation has happened. That's why we are calling it as post aggregation middleware. So this function will have access to the result of the aggregation and the next function. So here I'm going to show you what this result will contain. If I go ahead and if I log this result, and let's also call the next middleware in this stack. Let's save the changes. Let's go to Postman. And here, let me just send a request here. So for this endpoint, this is the result which we have received. So this is the result, right? And this is the same result which you will see logged in the terminal. So here you will see an array has been logged here, and in that array we have the result. We have two documents. The first document says count is 24 and type is hotel. For the second document, count is 9 and type is result. So it is same result which we are seeing here. In the same way, if I run this request, if I make a get request to get hotels by city, for this request also we are performing some aggregation operation. If I send this request, so this is the result of that aggregation. If I go to terminal, you will see for the result, that is what is logged here. So this result here, it points to the result of the aggregation. Okay. And now let's go back to hotels controller.js, and there for this get hotels by city, let me get back the city property. So here I'm going to use $city. Let's save the changes. So I hope with this, the use of aggregation middleware is clear to you. And these are the three important Mongoose middlewares. We also have model middleware. If I go to the documentation, we also have model middleware, and we can use model middleware when we are trying to perform bulk write operations like update many or delete many or insert many, or when we are creating a collection. So just like how we can create a document middleware, a query middleware, and an aggregation middleware, in the same way, you can also create a model middleware when you want to execute some logic before or after you have performed bulk write operation or you have created a new collection. But in this course, I'm not going to cover this model middleware with a practical example. But if you want, you can try it from your side. And with this, we have covered all the main middlewares of Mongoose. We have covered document middleware, we have covered query middleware, and we covered aggregation middleware. And we also briefly talked about the model middleware. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.